After helping thousands of therapy clients overcome procrastination, Dr. Fior has noticed 5 statements that distinguish procrastinators. However, we don't ever get to think about when is it the right time to start so that I can meet the deadline. We are stopping to snooze not only on the phone, but outside of the phone. My voice is like kinda too loud there, man. I'm trying to compose myself. But then yeah, man. Good day to everybody. Dude, I don't know what the heck is happening right now, but yeah, good day to everybody. Hope you guys is well, keeping things 24 and better than before. That is just how things are supposed to be. Welcome to the podcast, man, to the new listeners, and welcome back to the podcast to the casual listeners. I see y'all's appreciate it. Thank you guys for the love and support. Welcome back, and welcome to episode 16. The snooze button is not only on your phone. I'm growing, okay? Like every single day I get a new hair or a new crosshair or something. I don't know how to say it, but every day I'm aging, and I realize something that, time is something that repeats itself, and obviously we all have 24 hours, we have 24 hours to use. Some of us have 24 hours to spare, or maybe, you are busy and then you may maybe use that 24 hours and then there's like some change left to spare, maybe 3 hours, nyana. So with this one, the snooze button is not only on your phone. So I'm growing, and every single day comes with different experiences, different faces, new faces, same faces. However, I realized something that, I'm a morning person. Yes, that is something that I like talking. I like bragging about it because, yeah, it's nice to brag about it. It sometimes inspires other people as well. However, I snooze I snooze so many times. Not with my alarm, but with my life, So this episode is gonna be like, I'm just, confessing my why I feel so guilty of it. I'm confessing, the source of my guilt. Same thing with the pod, same thing with everything that has to do with my life. And I hope this like kinda, inspires somebody not to snooze not only on their phone, but then also to stop snoozing in their life. So let's get into it. Snoozing. We all know what it is. If you don't know, snoozing is when, you gotta choose whether you're gonna turn off the alarm or you're gonna sleep for the next 5 minutes. That's just it. Literally. So with me, I personally realized that I would do things early, and then for me to execute or like to like finish the action, I just decide to like I'll put it off to the side, for maybe the next 5 minutes. And that is not good at all, because I've also developed a weird mentality of like, okay, I can think about the next step and the next step after like many steps. I can think about all of them and I'm like, yeah, this is it. And then I wouldn't do the first step, so the whole process is just, yeah, it's jammed up. It's already finished. And thinking is nice. Thinking is good. It helps you to structure yourself. However, thinking without execution, hey, it's kind of a waste of your own time. It's kind of a waste of your potential, in anything. And that is just how I feel every single end of the day. I'm like, flip, man. Today we didn't do jack, and I'm willing to change that, and I don't know how, but then I'm on this journey of like I don't know, I have to fix it. And starting off today, as I'm recording this, it's the beginning of, we are stopping to snooze, not only on the phone, but outside of the phone. We gotta move. And this episode, I know it's kind of odd and different. However, it's something that I felt like y'all need to hear about, because I care about you as you care about me. And I want us all to go forward together, and use our time wisely. Yes, I sound like the old crooked man holding the crutch, So yeah, well, we could say that snoozing has to do with procrastination. However, this one is deep because it's the snooze thingy. So how can we stop snoozing? Literally, how can we stop snoozing? Well, it's pretty easy. You can just start it out. You can be like, okay, green light, we out here, no more snoozing, I'm starting now. However, I personally, I would catch myself liking, I'm like, nah boy, let me, okay, taking a break from the action is cool and all, but then I like thinking about something, and then I'm like, dog, okay, I thought about it, now it's time to execute. Then I'm like, nah, I'll execute it tomorrow. But then it's just a process. Actually, it's a habit that I developed, and it's not healthy at all, because everything is a thought, it is not an action. And guys, trust me, the guilt that comes with that at the end of the day is not nice at all, and yeah, dog, that's just how the current state I'm in right now, and I'm trying to, it's gonna be tough though. I'm just gonna start small, So what I'm advising that, if you can relate with me, what we should start doing is that, how about we all start with a 5-minute drill. 5-minute drill of preparation to do that action. And then once that 5 minutes is over, you just continue. Or literally for a longer period, and then maybe once you're 25 minutes in, you can chop it off and stop doing it. So now you are actually doing the action. It's like getting out of bed, It's like literally getting out of bed. So you have two options. Swipe to the left or swipe to the right. Our phones are different, so I don't know how your layout is like. So you gotta pick and choose. So let's make it easy for ourselves to get out of bed and go to the bathroom and brush our teeth, instead of waking up and I don't know, snooze, indirectly snooze, whereby you are like, okay, I turned off my alarm, I'm awake, but yet I'm in bed on my phone doing, I don't know what you guys do, because yeah, well, majority of people complain about TikTok, right? I'm complaining about looking at the ceiling, literally just looking at the ceiling. And yes, no, I've been away from TikTok. I think it's I don't know, me personally indulging in TikTok content, it's dude, it's years. It's years. Guys, literally, I scrapped it out. I think I would just go to TikTok just to update you guys, be like, oh, a new episode is out. And then I bounce, But for me personally, for entertainment purposes, not really. And I don't have FOMO of it. But yet, I still feel like, man, I want to play with the other kids as well. But I don't have that. So back to what I was saying. Sorry about the side quest. Yes, I'm so sorry. Back to what I was saying. Let's make it easy for ourselves to get out of bed. Period. Please, guys, don't be me. Okay? Make it easy for yourself to get out of bed. You have 5 minutes. So basically, when the alarm rings, you're like, oh, it's a registration that oh, bro, you gotta be active right now. Okay? Be active. For that 5 minutes, start with the process, because gaining momentum is the thing, And with the snoozing thing, I've developed a bad mentality around it. Let me take off my glasses. I've developed a bad mentality around it, whereby, I think so much about what I'm going to do that I start thinking of how I'm going to do it. And then now you're in that loop of it's just a thought in your mind. So basically you are daydreaming. And that is not nice, guys. I'm speaking the honest truth. It is, it's a delay. It's like you waking up, you hear the alarm, and then you switch off the alarm, and you're like, okay, boom, And then you start thinking about how you're gonna brush your teeth at which angle, and then now you're daydreaming about that, and that's major procrastination. I admit it. I admit it. So that's the plan I have, and let's stop snoozing, literally. So that's my confession. So yes, Reddit reacts. Let us go. Okay, there's this one Reddit post whereby this person says, "Comfort trap. Being a procrastinator with fear of failure is an insane combo, bro." That's kind of true. That's kind of true. Okay, so basically we can say this: snoozing is procrastination. Okay, how to talk yourself to beat procrastination. Let us go. I mean, it's good to have people's perspectives. Okay, here we go. In this post, I wanted to share some of the ideas that psychologist Niall Fior recommends to overcome procrastination. He says that the self-talk of procrastinators often unconsciously suggests and reinforces feelings of victimhood, burden, and resistance to authority, and that this almost always results in procrastination as an act of assertiveness and rebellion. This is referring to the have tos and shoulds that procrastinators frequently use. When you tell yourself, "I have to do it," or "I should do it," these statements communicate to the mind, "I don't want to do it, but I must force myself to do it for them." Dang, that is okay. That is kind of interesting though. That is kind of interesting. I like how he said that. Okay, the inherent self alienation and subconscious message of such self talk leads to inner conflict and procrastination. Quote unquote, have tos and shoulds do not communicate a clear picture of what you choose to do. When you choose to do it, where you choose to start, or how you choose to do it. He says to use a statement that asserts your intention positively and powerfully, such as, "I am going to the store," "I'll be at the dentist at 3 p.m. today," "I am going to traffic court this morning." After helping thousands of therapy clients overcome procrastination, Dr. Fior has noticed 5 statements that distinguish procrastinators from producers. Procrastinators say the following: "I have to." A producer would say, "I choose to." A procrastinator would say, "I must finish." A producer says, "When can I start?" A procrastinator says, "This project is big and important." And then a producer would say, "I can take one small step." A procrastinator would say, "I must be perfect." Then a producer would say, "I can be perfectly human." Procrastinators say, "I don't have time to play." A producer says, "I must take time to play." I kind of like this. I think the one that works for me, guys, is the "when can I start?" Because as me myself, as a creative, also in my, my job. Okay, also my job. I have this weird thing, like I say, I can process everything that needs to be done and have a literal script of how it, how, where, how, which, However, there's no when. And that is something that I discovered even today in the morning. But I was like, nah, you bluffing, dude. Like, when? What about when? And this is actually important. As a creative myself, many things so far in life, every majority of things in life, it's all about deadline, 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 deadline. However, we don't ever get to think about when is it the right time to start so that I can meet the deadline. You're now thinking differently, and this is gonna help me so much, and I hope it helps you as well. Because it's not nice, you wake up in the morning, you turn off the alarm, and then you indirectly snooze your day somewhere on this earth, and then you come back to your bed, and then you're like, flip. I didn't do nothing today. I'm actually guilt tripping, so that is that, so let's focus on the when can we start? When can I make it happen? Let's make it happen now. So we have somebody here. They are saying, hello, I've been struggling a bit with an unusually procrastinative attitude towards myself recently. Why? How can I change back? Okay, I'm sorry if this post is too vague for your subreddit. My mental health is in decline and I've been losing my passions and enthusiasm about my own self-improvement. There's a big variety of reasons that I wouldn't even know where to begin with. In sum, I have not exercised this week. First time in a couple months I've skipped a week and I don't intend to exercise this week. I have not once picked up a book. The only things I've read are university assigned papers, and even then I have half done and skimmed them. I have not been eating the quantities of food that I expect for myself. And even in my lectures, gosh, I've been sat there with a face like thunder thinking about how much I regret bothering to show up. Well, it's that, or I skive it and sit in my bed and think about regretting that. Then comes the depressive closure of my day, wherein I regret the time wasted, which is a wondrous contrast to the depressive closure my days would have before, which was looking back on time well spent and nonetheless questioning what the point of the energy expenditure was. I feel I'm in such a rut and I can pull myself together, but I can never hold myself together for good stretches of time. I am a self-repeating and roughly fortnightly cycle of locking in and breaking down continuously, and I wish I could just find a way to stay locked in like I used to be able to. From a procrastinator to a procrastinator. What I've realized from this scenario is that he or she says that I've been losing my passions and enthusiasm about my own self-improvement, and then basically it's we are kind of similar, me and primary theory 1164, that's their username. I would say that in this situation, you're already losing your passions and enthusiasm, okay? That's fine. Don't look at that. I personally wouldn't, because right now I'm also in a phase whereby I'm trying to decrease the problems and increase the solutions. Yes, problems can be humongous in our heads. We're like, oh shoot, I've realized this problem. The more you do that, the less time you spend on finding the solution. So my brother or sister, what I would say is that start small. List down everything that you stopped doing that have anything to do with your passion and enthusiasm regarding self-improvement. Okay? And maybe once a day, with regarding exercises, just do 5 push-ups. Literally, leave it. And then regarding maybe you are in school because you mentioned university, well, that's a different beast on its own. However, make it more engaging for yourself. Everything that you used to do that enhanced your self-improvement, just, start small. Engage with it. Make it more interesting. Or maybe you are bored, because I also experience boredom. The more I do something, it loses its that hunch is gone, because I've been repeating it so much that now I get bored of it. Same thing with exercising. I can be serious for 2 weeks. The third week, I'll be like, I'm bored. Hence, I like increasing my reps or my sets. I'm making it more engaging. I research about the thing that I want to do. Be engaged with it. Be surrounded by it. However, don't be too surrounded by it, because when you're too surrounded, it gets pretty bad, guys. Whereby, your phone now is reminding you that you gotta grind, you gotta get back into it, there is no tomorrow, and that is not nice. at all. Because like on your off day, let's say you are relaxed, let's say maybe during the week or last week you didn't exercise, and then this week you put in the work, and then now you see that thing of like, I regretted not, spending last week, or something that reminds you that like even relaxing shouldn't be part of your routine. You have to get back to it. Guys, no. Allow your phone to help you engage, or allow your circumstance and environment to help you engage in whatever you need to do to stop snoozing and get back to it. However, don't allow that same environment to not allow you to relax and reflect on that, because that is important. But then that's something further that I have never even reached. But then I think it's wise like that, and I think that's all I have. It's also, something that you're just killing yourself, and then there are some comments here under the statement, the long statement. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is just a weird comment. Somebody says, I want to give an in-depth answer, but I'm procrastinating right now. Will answer you tomorrow. You see, like, okay, also, guys, I understand sense of urgency, sense of urgency. I don't have that. I remember my colleague telling me that, bro, you don't have a sense of urgency. You are so relaxed. Like when somebody tells you to do something, your momentum takes time to kick in. And because that's just how I am, and through my snoozing, I realized that I never allowed myself to have that momentum build. It's all about do. No, you have to build it up. Hence, I was advising at the beginning of the episode, 5-minute startups, 5-minute prep your mindset, prep your body, prep your spirit also to engage with the thing that needs to be done. You get, guys? And I think that is it, and that's it. That's all I have for you guys. And yeah, there's nothing much I can say on it, because I'm also on this journey. I don't want to waste your time, because why? We are all on a mission. And yeah, thank you guys for listening into this. Oh my gosh, thank you guys for listening into. Oh my gosh, what is happening to me? Okay, thank you guys for listening into the. Why am I saying thank you guys for listening into? My teams are okay, right? It's fine. Thank you guys for listening to this episode. And you know what it do. You know what it do on this pod, bro. Y'all know what needs to be said. B24 be better than B4. And yeah, catch you guys on the next episode. Use your time wisely. Stop snoozing. But find the solution to the snoozing. Have a 5-minute prep and allow yourself to engage with whatever you're doing, guys. Have fun. Don't always do to the point of whereby you are doing the thing, but it's not registering with your mind because there's no momentum to it. You are human. You are going to make mistakes. You will get tired. And during that process, take your time. And I also need to take this medicine because I'm giving y'all medicine. You are my patient. I am also a patient. But then a patient has to help a patient. And that's just how it is. I'm seeing this episode as what would I do to help myself to get out of this situation? Let's find the solution. Practice that solution for 5 minutes. And that's it. Thank you guys for listening in. I'm literally saying my goodbyes right now. B24, be better than B4.